let's hear from the pollster Frank Luntz. And Frank, welcome to Newsnight. Just give us a clue, will you? Why do you think she picked him?
He's a safe choice. If I was in her situation, I would have gone with the governor of Pennsylvania, because he definitely brings his state, and Pennsylvania is the largest of all the swing states that are out there.
And that's
He would have provided more electoral votes. But let me emphasize, I do believe, and I understand the importance of what I'm about to say, that Vice President Harris is now the front runner in this race. I know that Trump people, their minds will explode, but Harris has got the intensity. She's got momentum. She's bringing people back into the political fold that had left when Joe Biden was going to be the candidate. That Donald Trump has made a series of misstatements, that his vice presidential choice has not done well. And Tim Walz is a good speaker, very presentable, knows the issues, and mirrors her point of view. I still would not have done that, because the goal right now is to win those states that matter the most, because we're not a simple national democracy. You have to win the Electoral College, as was shown in 2016. But the combination of her being a front runner and Walz being a good speaker, she's got the wind at her back, and she hasn't even gone through the 4 days of the convention yet, which will be yet another bounce for her.
And Frank, can I just interrupt you to ask you, is that a hunch, or are you basing that on polling, the fact that she is, you believe, the front runner? It's the first time you're saying that, is it?
Yes, and there's so many polls that are now available, as well as our focus groups. And we did a session, I don't know if you're going to show it, but you have a focus group that we sent to you of voters who are not voting for Joe Biden, but are now voting for Kamala Harris. And they do so for two reasons. Number one, it was a vote against Biden about his age, and they thought that he couldn't do the job. But number two, they thought that Harris is exciting, energizing, compelling, and she's talking more about the stuff that she will do. And Donald Trump has fallen back into the old attacks and the old viciousness. This is Trump's election to lose, based on the public's belief that his administration has been better, or was better, than the Biden-Harris administration. But he's losing it with speeches that have the same sort of ad hominem attacks to a public that has had enough and wants to look for something different, something new, something focused on the future. Well, so it is based on polling and focus groups.
OK, well, here in the UK, we don't know that much about him. He's 60 years old. He's, as we said, Minnesota's governor. He's a former teacher. He's a football coach. He's an Army National Guard veteran. Let's just have a listen, play our viewers a clip of him that, you know, expresses this thing that I was talking about at the top, that he's used this term weird, which seems to resonate. Let's have a listen.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are. So it isn't much else. Don't give them the power. Look, are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Well, it's true. These guys are just weird. And it's, you know, they're running for He-Man Women Haters Club or something. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes.
So the last bit of that was Tim Walz with his daughter on a roller coaster. But before that, that thing that he keeps expressing over the last few weeks and months, weird. Frank Luntz, does that resonate? Does that work?
No, it does not. That's weird in itself. That's what happens when political operatives start to create words and phrases that simply don't resonate with the American people. They're trying to figure out the right word or phrase to criticize Trump and Vance. And some of the stuff that they've said has really backfired on them. But calling them weird, and I've watched this because they're using it for other issues and other things over the last 48 hours, doesn't resonate. They should stay focused on the messaging of what we're going to do, in a word, better. This is going to be a choice, and they should be focusing on better, not focus on being weird.
OK, Frank, we'll just stay there. Please stay with us. But I think we can bring in Lindy Lee, who's a Democrat strategist. Oh, I'm wrong. We thought we could bring in Lindy Lee, and I hope we will be able to, because she is on a slightly dodgy line at that actual rally in Philadelphia. But Frank, let's keep talking to you because it's very interesting. I'm going to play another clip, a clip of J.D. Vance. Obviously, J.D. Vance is Trump's pick as vice presidential nominee. This is what he had to say about Tim Walz and Kamala Harris's pick.
Tim Walz's record is a joke. He's been one of the most far-left radicals in the entire United States government at any level. But I think that what Tim Walz's selection says is that Kamala Harris has bent the knee to the far left of her party, which is what she always does.
Frank Luntz, is there any truth in that?
I don't know why he says what he says. The purpose of the Vance pick was to double down on what I call paycheck to paycheck voters. It's a phrase I don't think you use in Great Britain, but it does work in America, because it represents 24% of Americans who literally live every week or every month wondering whether they're going to pay their bills. That is the key voting bloc right now. Vance understands them because of his background. He grew up that way. But Walz understands them as well. And the two of them, these attacks are traditional American politics, and the vice president always delivers the most negative attacks. I want the UK viewers to understand that the American public believes, number one, that democracy is under threat. Number two, that we've never been more divided than we are right now. Number three, that the U.S. is off on the wrong track, and obviously what's happened in the stock market and inflation probably emphasizes that. And number four, they're tired of politics as usual. Knowing that, the candidate that can grab the mantle of better able to prepare and seize the future is the candidate who's going to win, and the candidate who's got a meaningful, measurable plan of action to address these paycheck to paycheck voters. And I'm wondering whether either candidate can get out of their own way at this point to actually give a positive, proactive message.